Light is a travelling wave in space and time. Particles are standing waves in space and time. Max Planck's formula, E is equal to h nu, tells us that as frequency increases, then mass equivalence for light increases. This is also a fundamental property of matter. As a particle becomes more massive, the frequency of oscillation increases. Black holes are as simple as they possibly can be. Unlike protons and neutrons, they are single oscillations in diameter. They oscillate at the speed of light. Beyond the Schwarzschild radius, space and time flow at the speed of light. Nothing can escape. A massive single oscillation particle remains stable inside a black hole due to the speed of light flow of space and time. Most of the energy that increases a black hole mass comes from space and time itself. As a black hole becomes more massive, it gets smaller. Black holes are massive but simple particles. It is now well established that black holes exist. Photographic evidence show this to be true. Black holes cannot be singularities because they spin. It is well accepted that at the most basic level, particles are oscillations. This presentation postulates that mass is directly proportional to frequency of oscillation. This presentation postulates that mass energy equivalence can be calculated using frequency of oscillation of a particle. If a particle is an oscillation, then the mass energy equivalence principle applies to all particles as it does for light. This presentation postulates that a black hole can be directly described by the frequency at which it oscillates. This presentation postulates that a black hole can be an oscillation of just one wavelength and therefore be unbalanced due to the flow of space and time flowing at the speed of light. This presentation postulates that space and time is the field in which we exist. Black holes do not increase in size. By virtue of basic physics, a black hole becomes more massive by continually absorbing matter and energy. Increasing mass. Increasing mass involves absorbing energy from its surrounds. It is postulated that a black hole absorbs most of its energy by absorbing space and time itself. Increasing frequency of oscillation increases mass. As a black hole increases frequency of oscillation, its wavelength gets smaller. Hence, diameter decreases with mass. Comparison of black holes. From here, we will look at calculations for a solar mass black hole and a 10 billion solar mass black hole. For our calculations, the postulated formula E is equal to HF is equal to mc squared. F is equal to mc squared on h being Planck's constant. If a black hole can be considered to be an oscillation of a single wavelength in circumference, then lambda is equal to c on f, and radius is equal to lambda on 2 pi. A solar mass black hole has a mass of 1.989 times 10 to the 30 kilograms. That gives rise to the frequency of a solar mass black hole at 2.697 times 10 to the 80 hertz. The radius of a solar mass black hole is 1.768 times 10 to the minus 73 meters. Using the same formulas and process, a 10 billion solar mass black hole weighs 1.989 times 10 to the 40 kilograms. The frequency of a 10 billion solar mass black hole is equal to 2.697 times 10 to the 90 hertz. The radius of a 10 billion solar mass black hole is equal to 1.768 times 10 to the minus 83 meters. This table shows the relationship between mass of a black hole, frequency of oscillation, and radius of a black hole. Simply speaking, a black hole becomes smaller as it becomes more massive, simply due to the formula the speed of light is equal to frequency times wavelength. Calculated here is also the Schwarzschild radius, which is a radius where the flow of space and time is at the speed of light. Nothing can escape at this point. It is postulated that when the universe-sized black hole can no longer be maintained by the energy in space and time, that it will instantly release its energy and a new universe will emerge with the same dimensions as the Schwarzschild radius. The new universe will initially ring with a frequency of 2.17 times 10 to the 110 Hertz. These are approximations based on possible parameters relating to what we know in cosmology. Energy at this stage of the new universe will forge the matter. Protons, neutrons, electrons, other particles, including black holes, that will make up the new universe. The energy in the frequency of space and time will diminish during the formation of matter and ring down to a much lower energy levels, but higher than the present day, which is about 1.8 times 10 to the 43 Hertz. These particles will coalesce into the features of the new universe, and so a new universe begins. Here you have inflation and the Big Bang. Thank you for listening to my post.